right, it's 2024 Big Rock Tournament, Morehead City, North Carolina. My first time up here fishing this tournament. Got the brand new Camus 34 CT, going against the biggest and the best. I don't have a lot of experience blue marlin fishing, but what do you know? You never know. You may get lucky, get a big fish. We fish 4 of the next 6 days, fishing for a lot of money. So stay tuned. Day 1, Big Rock, Morehead City, North Carolina, 34 CT Camus. Did a long run, blowing 20. Today we're happy we're in this new cat, I promise you. Get after it, blue marlin. All right, we made it out. We're about 55 miles from port. Getting ready to get set up. We're about 9 minutes to lines in. A little rough right now. They're forecasting it to fall out. We got some rain on the way. We got a good crew today. We got Adam Atkinson. He's actually the president of Camus Boats. We got Elliot. Elliot's and his father are reps for Southeastern United States for Camus. And we got Jimmy Sullivan. Everybody knows Jimmy. He's been on the show multiple times. Captain mate. He's been up here. He's fished this tournament a bunch. Elliot's from up here as well. Done a lot of offshore fishing. Adam really doesn't know how to fish, but it's his first day.
First time for everything, George.
Actually, he knows what he's doing. Let's go. Let's get tight. Line's in, boy. Line's in. No bites today, no fish. You know, we're doing everything right. Get back and see if we're gonna lay tomorrow, see what the weather's doing, formulate a plan, go from there. That's all you can do, just keep fishing. Keep pulling plugs. Day 2, big rock. Slow day yesterday, no bites. Wasn't a lot of fish caught in the fleet, but I tell you, some big ones were caught. I think a 504 won the $1.7 million. It was the first 500-pound fish to the dock. Fabulous fishermen, so a lot of money was won by one team. I think one 515, 514, another one was weighed. So 2 fish over 500 pounds are on the board right now. We didn't really see much. We're going to run a little bit further north today. We got a little nicer weather, so we can go further. And we could have went further yesterday, but making changes on the fly. So we're going to run a little further north, pull the same spread. We know our spread works, pre-fishing. We hooked one, so we know what we got works. Just going to get out there, get on some good water, pull them and see what happens. King Camus, let's go. Day 2, we didn't have any bites yesterday. We did hook one pre-finishing, so we know what we have is working. We just gotta stay consistent. Don't need to sit here and change a bunch of stuff out. We just gotta pull it over the head of the right one. Conditions are better today. It's not as rainy. You know, yesterday was rainy and overcast. Today is nice and sunny. Calmer, so our baits are gonna swim a little better. We've ran up to the north a little bit more. We're probably 60, 70 miles from where we launched from. So this is Cape Hatteras here on the tip. So we're sitting right off kind of closer to Cape Hatteras and Morehead City now. The big fish were caught up here yesterday, so get on them. Line's in at 9 a.m. We've got about 10 minutes, 8 minutes, so nothing can touch the water before that though. So we got everything set, ready to go. Everything's up in the riggers. Teasers can't be in the water. If you're running sonar can't even be in the water. So as soon as line's in, we'll hear it over the radio. If you're too far away, GPS time, 9 a.m. line's in, 9 to 3, kind of a gentleman's start here. But a lot of long runs, you know, we're 75 miles from where we started. So a lot of long runs, that's why I probably have these little later starts. So a couple minutes, 7 minutes. Come tight, come. Oh. Had a bite. We got marking some tuna in here. Birds are all on it. Just had a bite. You know, you don't know if it's tuna bite or blue marlin are eating on these tuna in here, so you never know. First good marks that we're getting. Seems like radio chatter's picking up, so things might be picking up here. Only got about an hour to go today. Day 2, no fish. Building the suspense. Oh, go get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! That's him, that's him, that's him! Clear the lines. Look at this one, hold that down, hold that down. On. Just slow down slowly. I'm not there anymore. Slow down. Was that the right one, Jimmy? It looked like up when he stopped, straight across. He didn't go away like that. for the lack of trying, boys. It was not for the lack of trying. It's blue marlin fishing, right? It would be no fun if we came out here and caught a 500-pounder on day one. I mean, what would we do for the rest of the week? It would be too much. It would be too nerve-wracking sitting at the VRBO waiting to see what everybody else brought in. So, we'll get him tomorrow. All right, we fished 3 days so far, the Big Rock tournament. It's a late day today, we're taking a day off, pretty windy. Got some breakfast, stopped over here at Performance East. These guys did us a big favor, helped us out when we got into town getting the boat ready, so I want to come back by to say hi to the guys, they're local Camas dealers, so let's do a quick walkthrough. Best part of waking up. We're gonna get him today. Carpe diem. Today's our day. We're gonna get him today. Perfecto. It's the final day of the Big Rock tournament. We fished 4 of 6. We've laid off 2 days. It's Saturday, final day. Get it done. It's been tough. It's been a grind, but it's been fun. Blue marlin fishing is tricky. Fishing's not on fire right now, but we're gonna run a little to the south. Serious weather. Fish mapping shows some good water way to the south. So we're leaving a little bit earlier this morning. Probably running, 80 miles. The spot, yeah, 80 miles, get on the southern end of the fence. Pull what we got, see what we're doing. I mean, we don't know. We need one turn, one fish. I think a 514's winning it right now. 40-something pound dolphin's winning 600, 700,000 right now. Just make the right turn. We could come home millionaires. Stay tuned. All right, we're on our 4th day of trolling out here for blue marlin, and we have this boat dialed in. So the 34 Cat is fishing just like a big boat, Jimmy, right? I mean, we have this thing exactly the same setup pretty much that these guys on these big sport fishers are using. I mean, we're using squid chains, we have dredges, big lures, everything. It took us a little bit to get this thing dialed in, but now we got it running great. Yeah,
I'd say we're pretty dialed. It's getting better every day. This would be no different than I'd be normally fishing. We've got our spread is we've got two long lures, right long, left long. We've got 2 short baits on this left short. We've got an RJ Boyle. Our right short, we're actually pulling a mackerel. a natural bait. We've got 2 teasers, which we're running on our hooker electrics, left and right teasers. And we've also got 2 dredges, which we're running on our hooker electrics on A-frames. So I mean, we're pretty much covering all the bases here. Right, left, longs, no different than I'd be fishing any other day, any other boat. There's no shortage of space and usable area to do what we need to do.
Final day, we ran all the way to the south. We're sitting right on the fence, being the southern end, the southern boundary line. We're right there. We have an upwelling of water. We have some temperature differences here that we found on the serious weather and the fish mapping. So we're going to concentrate in this area, 100 fathoms, 150 fathoms, back and forth. So having these couple multi-function displays really helps when you're out here as well. We have a chart on. And what this is really showing me, I have the water temperatures on and also the varying depths, so I can see exactly where I'm at and where the temperature breaks are. That's really important with the serious weather and the fish mapping. And then on the other screen, I'm watching bottom. And really what I'm doing too is I'm running a V175 high wide. What that is a transducer. The transducer that I'm using right now is a wider beam, and it's a little better at shallower depths. I have that zoomed in the top several hundred feet of the water column. We've been finding these fish sitting in a thermocline, so really what I'm trying to concentrate on is that top part of the water column. If that fish is probably below 300 feet of water, it's really probably difficult for him to come up. If anywhere from 250 up, a lot of times I can make a couple turns on him and get that fish to come up. So we're constantly looking on that sonar and see if we can kind of see him come up or mark him as we go over the top of him. That's kind of how we set it up. And then we have actually those multifunction displays in the back. The guys can also kind of keep their eye on it as well, kind of look at the bottom machine and see if we're marking anything. And it's helpful. That's kind of how we have it set up. This is how we've had it set up all week long. Again, we run that B175 high wide, looking at the top of the water column and really paying attention to the water temp. Tell me about your involvement with the Big Rock. What is this tournament? What does it mean to this community? This is my first visit up here to this area, to this tournament. Absolutely impressed with this whole week.
Yeah, well, George, thank you for that. Firstly, the tournament, when started in 1957, kind of as a Chamber of Commerce project, right where we stand here on the Morehead City waterfront, was sort of the home of our sport fishing fleet at the time. And a group of people called the Fabulous Fishermen's Club announced a prize, $250 to the first captain that would bring a blue marlin back to Morehead City. And on September 14, 1957, it happened. A young angler from LaGrange, North Carolina, named Jimmy Croy, aboard, caught a 150-pound blue marlin, and it was announced over the loudspeakers from the police cars, and they had a cannon, they shot it off, and everybody went to the Morehead City Yacht Basin to see this fish. And the legend has it that the first prize was paid in silver dollars, rolled in a little red wagon from a store right over here down to the sanitary restaurant. And that was the first awards banquet of the Big Rock tournament. Today it's grown to be, in my opinion, the greatest blue marlin tournament in the world. So
great fishing, great cause, over 300 boats this year. Is that typical for?
That is a record and then some. I remember when the tournament first broke $1 million. This year was $7.5 million.
$7.5 million.
Yeah. And breaking 300 was one of those things. And I said, man, if we could just break 300.
So that was a record this year?
302 boats this year.
302.
Yeah, tournament record.
Well, Camus slash Team Camus Unfathomed helped get you there.
Yeah,
We're happy to be here this
we
week.
do appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. George, thank you so much.
Well, the Big Rock has come to a close. We've been here for, God, I feel like I've been here for, I don't know, 8 or so days. We fished 4 of 6. Unfortunately, we didn't get to bite. And that's blue marlin fishing. It's highs and lows, but it's always the potential, the what if you could possibly become a millionaire. We saw it play out on the docks. Guys, even today, thought they might have a winning fish, and that anticipation, expectation, or that's what keeps you coming back. It's blue marlin fishing. I'm not disappointed. I'll be back next year. We didn't get a fish this year. We hooked one pre-fishing, so we knew what we were doing was right. Boat ran great. Everything fished great. But next year, we'll get them next year.
Jordy, you expecting to get wet today?
A little.